Welcome back to the weekly update of Prototype 2 Product, the only contest where your design becomes a real product made by a real company, if you win the contest, that is. So here's the recap for anybody just joining in. Design a camera accessory, submit it, and the grand prize, along with a Core 1 Plus and $750 in Kondor Blue credit, is the chance to work with Kondor Blue to turn your design into an actual product. A real one, in metal, that people can buy. And we're getting close now. Entries close September 14th, so if you've been sitting on an idea, this is the part where you stop sitting on it. So we are calling all dog lovers, cat lovers, hamster lovers, capybara lovers, especially capybara lovers, those who are good to animals. If you are a ferret lover, I will personally disqualify you. They're so long and they kind of creep me out. Everyone else, prototype2product.com, let's go. Your design is yours and it stays yours. That's not a technicality, that's the design of the thing. You work with Kondor Blue on your terms. It gets manufactured on your terms. And whatever license you put on it on printables is the license. That was the call before the contest, and it's still your call after it. The prize here isn't that somebody takes your file. The prize is access to a manufacturer, which is the part that's normally impossible to get. On today's update, I got to sit down with Joel Telling, the 3D printing nerd. In 2015, Joel's wife and kids gave him a 3D printer for Christmas, and he started a YouTube channel about it, hoping maybe 10 or 15 friends would watch. 700,000 people watch now, and somewhere in there, he became the person this community actually trusts. He's the one who called out the Kodama Obsidian Kickstarter. He went after the people stealing models off Thingiverse, and he spent most of this year fighting California AB 2047 because he thought it was bad for makers. He's also printed a 7-foot Galactus, a full-size Lamborghini's worth of parts, a hairy lion the size of a toddler, and put frames on Neil Patrick Harris's wall. But here's why he's the right guest for this show. Joel runs a 56 machine print farm out of a warehouse north of Seattle, and it isn't a hobby. It's fulfilling real commercial orders. Right now it's producing robot kit parts for SparkFun. That is Prototype 2 Product, running every day in his warehouse. Hi everybody, we've got Joel Telling from 3D Printing Nerd. Joel, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you, Nathaniel?
I'm good. So we're doing a contest. Of course, everybody knows we're doing a weekly update for Prototype 2 Product, and Joel was very kind to join us on this week's episode to talk about the updates. So, Joel, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You know, busy as always. We're all busy. Just, making stuff, printing stuff. As you know, we have a print farm, so that goes as often as we can change the spools and pull the prints.
How many printers do you have? I think you have, 40-something Mark IVs?
On the farm itself, running right now, it is 56.
Yeah, how did you come up with that idea? I was watching that video about that. So how did you come up with the idea to do print farm software?
Well, there was a need, right? I mean, as anybody who's a designer knows, a lot of inspiration comes from a need. And what we were doing was copying sets of files to USB sticks, putting them in the printer and hitting print. Prusa has Prusa Connect, but it didn't work for what I wanted to do. And so we were keeping track of counts on a whiteboard and copying files to 50 some odd USB sticks and hitting print. And I was like, well, we have printers. These are digital things and computers. They can keep track of counts if we put the correct number on build plates. And then Prusa machines can be talked to over the network via something called Prusa Link. And so I was a software developer before I was a YouTuber. My software development background plus a little bit of Claude code, and sure enough, I made some print farm software. And I didn't release it initially. I'd been running it for months and months and months, slowly adding features and squashing bugs. And it's in a really good place. It is open source and free. I hope people love it, and it runs the farm.
That's really cool. So you, in your words, you said you gave away the software for free and quote unquote for the kid with 2 or 3 machines in his garage. So what do you want that kid, what do you want him to build?
I want that kid, they should create something that satisfies a need. One of the reasons why I got into 3D printing in the beginning is, it's cool, and I like cool tech and cool things, but it could make things in real life where I could only imagine them. One of the biggest examples, and where I think some kid could really graduate in levels of thought, is fixing things around the house. What I like to say is my most favorite print, or the cool thing that I remember. We have a bifold refrigerator, or a two-door refrigerator, and anytime you have those two doors, it's got that little flap in the center. And one of the kids had slammed the wrong door and broke the thing at the top that allows that flap to kind of flap out. So I took it out and I put it on a piece of paper, and some pieces were missing, but I was able to sketch it out, and I brought it into Fusion 360, and I was able to print a replacement part. And so that sort of inspiration doesn't have to be like an old curmudgeon like myself. It can be some teenager, some small kid with supervision. It can be some little girl who's fixing something for their mom or their dad. It could be anyone. And so in creating that software, I didn't want to put some sort of financial limitation to it. Plus, if I sold it, then I would have to support it. So it's nice to be able to give it away as open source. And as soon as I released the video, people started adding to it and putting in pull requests and stuff. But if some little kid is in the garage and their mom, their dad, their grandpa, their aunt, their uncle, brother, sister, whatever, if someone is like, oh shoot, I wish my thing did this, or oh, I was playing with this toy and this broke, then that provides that bedrock for that inspiration to grow and maybe design something new, or find it online and then print it out, maybe in a more colorful material, or a material that can perform better. And now all of a sudden that problem has been mitigated and they're fired up. And that's how dreams get made into reality.
So this last week, I've spent the entire week. I do this every summer. I kind of give back to the community, and I volunteer. And I actually teach a couple 3D printing classes at the local elementary school. And those kids love 3D printing. They love 3D printing
I bet they
so
really
much.
Going with you there, I bet that really kind of springboards them.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. But the critical mistake that I made is, so like we do like these lessons, like I do like mechanical projects and stuff, and it's a really great platform for kind of teaching kids different components and things. But I made a critical error where I have like boxes of like just leftover 3D printing stuff. And at the end of my class, it's a week-long class. It's 3 hours. It's a long class. At the end of the class, I have like about 22 kids. I was like, all right, guys, here's a big box of stuff. Like, go ahead and take whatever you want. They swarm like sharks into the box, like ripping stuff. It's like, I'm feeling like kids are going to lose limbs and arms and stuff. And it's like, oh, I shouldn't.
It doesn't matter how old you are. Free stuff is free stuff, man.
Free cool stuff is cool stuff.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I did a unit. It was last year, but I did a whole unit, and I kind of want to do a video on this because it hasn't been done yet, but like 3D printed magic tricks. I probably won't perform well, but like something along those lines.
There is like a subculture of that, where there are magicians who, when creating their own tricks, they utilize magicians for as long as time has been around have had to create things in order to do their tricks. And so 3D printing is just another way to make cool stuff for tricks. So I think you should.
Oh, I love that idea so much. Or go to like the Magic. Have you heard of the Magic Castle in LA? Like go to some like real place and like maybe show like some prominent magician some 3D printed trick that can't be done.
Magic Castle, like sure, just go for the very top.
What would you, if you were to kind of go back in time and talk to Joel, 11 years ago, how do you think he would respond to like where you're at now?
Okay, so if I was to go back in time and talk to like a young Joel, I would tell him to not wait as long. Because the channel, I started the channel when I was working for Adobe, and it was May or June of 2015, and I didn't go quote unquote full time until after, what was that, February of 2018, I think. And so I think had I pulled the plug on a job and went full-time creator earlier, I might be in a different place right now. It might be better. I mean, it might be worse.
I think you're doing pretty well. So,
But I think just like the advice I would give myself earlier would be just to not wait as long. I mean, sure, buy Microsoft stock, get Bitcoin low, blah blah, etc. But like,
Yeah, no financial advice.
Yeah, as far as the channel is concerned, like I would jump sooner.
I love that advice so much. Are you familiar with the phrase or the kind of the idea of killing your darlings? Have you ever heard that phrase before?
I don't know. I've heard. Is killing your darlings like cutting good ideas?
Kind of. So it's very similar to what you said in terms of like with your ideas. Like a lot of people, and especially a lot of designers, for people watching right now, a lot of people have these designs or ideas and they're so worried that someone's going to take your design or maneuver your design, or the design will be not received well from the world, that they hold on to it and it never sees the light of day. And that's no better than not having a design at all. And so the idea of killing your darlings is like, just put your idea out there, let the world see it. Like killing your darlings, meaning like just get your ideas out there, because it's the worst thing that could happen is to have a good idea but to never actualize it or like send it out there. It's just as good as not having the idea itself. So that's what I try and do. It's just like,
well, there's a lot of people, designers that have like legacy designs, or if you think of like a graphic designer or a website designer, like they never stray, or sometimes they might not stray, and something will be the same design for years and years and years, just because they don't want to mess with perfection when some tweaks and some things could really update it, bring it about, bring more people in, but they don't do it because it's their, well, that what I take it as, that's their darling, right? They don't want to they don't want to disrupt it when that kind of lets your skills rot and you don't get to take advantage of new ways of doing things.
Ah, that's cool. Do you ever see new designers, or like the newer generation of 3D printerers? Do you see things with the newer generations that maybe like for us that we haven't seen, or we have blind spots because they're new to the hobby?
What I've seen are people that tackle everyday problems, but in a much easier way. Like there was something on printables. It was a broom holder. That you put the broom in and it kind of snaps across it and holds it in place, right?
Yeah.
They designed that for 3D printing. You could just print it and you screw it into your wall and it works. And I remember just being so transfixed on that, because it was one of those things where I looked at my broom. I mean, I have a broom right there, and I always want to put it on the wall. And I'm like, I would have to design something. What kind of hook would I design? Or how would I design it to hold it in place? And I want it to be flat against the wall. And not just flat against the wall, but I need to be able to take it really easily, or I need to be able to put it up really easy. And the mount has to be made of a certain material because it has to withstand me putting it down harder, but it still has to be easy to print, and I want to use this machine for it. Like, these are the thoughts that go through my head. And then I go to printables and it's like, yo, I solved it. Here it is.
Isn't that funny? I love that.
I love that too. And we get that because we have people that are brought in and they have new ideas. It's just like babies of today, right? They don't know that you had to push buttons on a phone. Like the unlock mechanism on a cell phone is just ubiquitous now. And kids from an early age learn that that's how you unlock a phone. You can do that or put in a code. And it's crazy. They don't have that legacy baggage. They don't have any of that. And so their designs are unconstrained and free. They've always existed knowing that 3D printing was here, right? I'm old. I was born before 3D printing, and definitely way before consumer-based 3D printing. And that does hamper me in some ways because I have legacy thoughts and I have legacy ways of doing things. And just being in the position I'm in, I try to think of designs in a way that take advantage of new stuff. But again, like you get some 13-year-old wonderkind and they're like, here, look what I've made. And it's like, how did you do that?
What are you printing right now? On your farm, what are you printing?
Oh, so right now the farm is fulfilling an order for SparkFun. So what we do on the farm is we sell the XRP kits. XRP being the experiential robotics platform. It's kind of like the gateway into FIRST robotics. You get a little robot with a servo and some wheels that you can turn and an iridescent sensor like for line following and a distance sensor so you can get close to objects and it'll tell you how close you are. Yeah, so I mean you can program it with like the make code, you know, like the blocks that you can just drag around. You can program it with the FIRST robotics, the WPI library. Yeah, so there's 8 3D printable parts for robots, and then you bring in, you know, the servos and the board and the wires and the little ball casters and all that kind of stuff. And so SparkFun, it's all open source, but SparkFun commercializes the kits. So they put all of the non-printable parts with the printable parts that they purchase from the farm, and then they sell those kits all over the world. So the stuff that we're printing on the farm is all over the world.
Wow, that's really cool. How'd you get linked up with SparkFun?
It's not just all over. It's helping kids learn robotics all over the world.
That's awesome. That's so cool. How'd you get linked up with SparkFun?
Producer David, he was in a conversation with someone who then recommended, knowing that we had a farm, recommended we talk to SparkFun, and then we hit it off. We said, here's what we can do, and here's our capabilities, and we put it together. We've done, oh my gosh, I think 15,000 kits, each kit being 8 parts. So whatever 15,000 times 8 is, that's the number of parts we've done on the print farm.
I did a project with Prusa where I teamed up with this guy Seth from Just Cause Robotics, and we built, so he does like the real, like the Robot League battle bots, like the real battle bots that are like deadly.
Yeah.
And so we retrofitted a Core 1 into a battle bot.
That's amazing.
And of course, my inclination and like what I really wanted to do with the project is I wanted to make the Core 1, like the impetus for the project was to make the Core 1, like the idea is like as there would be 2 of them that they're battling each other and they're printing the parts to repair themselves.
Oh yeah, you see something go wrong and it's like, oh, gotta print this part.
Yep.
That's a good way to do it.
We did that.
Why not?
Yeah, so we did that. We had 2 of them. We had 2 of them at OpenSauce. I'm going to do a video here in like a month or so about the experience, but one of them like didn't work at all because what I wanted to do is I wanted to have an event at OpenSauce where like have the 2 printers, because of course these 2 robots hate each other because all robots hate each other, and so I wanted them to fight each other, and I wanted to get like a crowd around them and to like start chanting like fight, and then people were like, what on earth? And it's 2 Core 1s fighting each other. But one of the machines didn't work, so that'll be probably for next year.
There you go. Video. Yeah, see. Now, the idea is just get bigger as we get to more open sauces. Next year, it'll just be huge.
I want to make them deadly, but it's like, I think for Prusa's insurance
you need
purposes,
a lot of Lexan around you to be able to do that, right?
Your slogan, so Joel, your slogan is my favorite of all the creators in the 3D printing space, which is wonderful, and it's so heartfelt, and it's so great. And I feel like I'm being very like sappy right now, but it's my favorite saying, which is fight for a cause you believe in. So can you tell me your catchphrase? Can you tell me your catchphrase?
Oh yeah, it's thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you're awesome. Don't forget to hug each other more. Fight for a cause you believe in. Print all the things, and as always, high five.
So Joel, it was an absolute pleasure to talk to you in person.
If
you want to chat again, yeah, wasn't that cool? So next time I'm up in Seattle, I'll come take a visit at your workshop. And
you come to the studio here. I'll give you a grand tour.
And next time you're in San Diego, because that's where I'm from, I will treat you to the world's best breakfast burrito, bacon breakfast burrito.
That's where we just were for my one of my son's baseball tournaments. So we'll have to go back now for a breakfast burrito. Those are some of my favorite
things. Reach out next time. Absolutely. Awesome, Joel. All right, man. It was a pleasure. We'll look forward to talking soon.
Yeah. See you later, man.
Last week, Stefan Herman from CNC Kitchen put up a set of his own heat set inserts, the best on the market. And the ones he proved are 3 times stronger than printed threads. The word was metric is better, which it is. And the winner is Printed Cosmos. Congratulations. Check out the pinned comment for how to claim. Now, this week we're giving away a 5-pack of Prusament. To enter, you comment Joel's favorite palindrome. What is Joel Telling's favorite palindrome? Well, of course, it's tacocat. Yes, that's right. Forwards and backwards, it's all the same. Tacocat, 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 which might be the best word in the English language. Tacocat, one word in the comments. Spell it right, misspell it, and you're disqualified. This week's print of the week is a design called RollFlag by Screwball 3D. It is a 3-in-1 pack. It drops into any standard cold shoe on your camera. It's basically just a little flag on a pole. Red on one side, green on the other. You twist it, green you're rolling or you're filming, red you're not filming. There's a little screw point for a cable clip, and the twist action itself is a fidget. 6 parts, 14.5 grams, no supports, and here's why I picked it. It's so simple and it's so clever. Most modern cameras have the little light on the front, the tally light, that tells you when you're recording. But actually, let me take that back. Some of my cameras I own don't have that, and so you never actually know if you're filming. And I'll tell you what happens. My most eloquent, most profound, and most quotable comments happen when the cameras are not recording, I swear. This fixes that for 14 grams. Now, let me tell you about the guy who made it, because there's a story here. Screwball 3D is from Debrecen, Hungary. His entire bio reads, I was born in Hungary. I live in Debrecen. In my free time, I do 3D printing. That's it. That's the whole thing. He joined Printables in September of 2024. So far, he's published 14 models, and if you scroll through them in order, you can watch him get better in real time. In 2024, he made a little robot and a Lego compatible bead. So late in 2025, he makes an alphanumeric stencil set, and then one of his designs really took off. It earned him 1,700 downloads and 600 likes. And the interesting thing is that this month, with the contest, something changed. On August 22nd, he published a post announcing a challenge to himself. His words, I've set myself a personal challenge, design and 3D print one brand new model every single week. No skipping, no excuses. And then he asked the community to send him ideas, and he said if your idea is the one that becomes that week's model, he'll credit you by name in the description. Your idea, your recognition, permanently attached to the finished design. So go follow Screwball 3D, links in the description, and if you got an idea, go leave it on the post. He'll probably build it. So keep the submissions coming. Entries close September 14th. You can enter the contest at www.prototype2product.com. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone except the ferret people, and we will see you here next week, same time, same place. See you next time.